Hello and welcome back to the Sparkling Autos YouTube channel. Wanted to try something a little bit different with this one, as the weather's just getting colder by the day. The last thing we want to be doing is dragging buckets out, cloths, mitts, chemicals, and just generally freezing your nuts off. So I want to see, is it possible to clean the car with a contactless method, and just how clean can you actually get it? So in real terms, it's only been about a week and a half since it was cleaned in the last video, but as you can see from the bonnet here, there's been a seagull's currying out, and there's a bit of dirt all around the vehicle. It's not the worst condition, but it's not the best, and it does need a bit of a clean up. So we'll have a quick look around, see what the damage is, and then we'll move on to the cleaning stage. One thing I would like to note at this stage is I had no intention of filming any of this, so everything you see today was just filmed on my phone. It may not be up to my usual high standard, but just to give you a pre-warning, some of the footage may be a wee bit shaky, and the camera angles, well, there's not too many of them, to be honest. On we go then with the cleaning stage. So as this is a Bilt Hamber Winter Preparation test we're doing, I use Bilt Hamber's Auto Foam. It's quite a strong solution compared to my previous one. So I'm using, it's a total solution of 600ml, which includes 200ml of Auto Foam. So it's diluted at 1 to 2. So the reason it's a bit stronger, if that's not obvious from the title of the video, is we're trying to wash the vehicle without using any shampoos and contact methods. So basically this is it. Spray this onto the vehicle, nice calm fashion as always. Top, bottom to top, bottom to top, and allow it to dwell for 4 to 5 minutes. You can leave it a bit longer if you want in the cooler weather, but well, I just find with Auto Foam there's no need to. It's entirely up to you. I just prefer to go inside and get a cup of tea. So one of the reasons I've made up a 600ml solution is just to give that a little bit extra for going around and topping up the foam that's on the car. As it's dwelling, it's dragging the dirt off, does no harm to the ground, and just give it another quick splash over the top. In the meantime, I just want to show you something else. Now there were rubber mats in this car when we got it, and they looked like the rubber mats that were actually for the Mini, but I decided to get rid of them. They're a bit of a nuisance, the noise they make, feet squeak on them, they're a bit slippy. As I took it out, I realised that it wasn't custom made rubber mat for a Mini. It was just a big universal rubber mat that somebody's actually cut with a knife. I don't know if I was more annoyed or impressed, to be honest with you. There's a lot of work that's gone into this, just not very good work. So anyway, while the mats are out, give the pedals a bit of a clean up, just some APC and a soft brush, just to clean around them. I'm not doing a showroom job here, it's just to make them a bit safer for the winter driving, so the feet aren't slipping on them as much. And then just bought a cheap set of mats on eBay. And when I say cheap, they are specific to the vehicle. I just mean they're not overly expensive, nothing particularly plush, just something tidies it up a bit and is a bit safer and more comfortable to drive with. But enough about the mats, back to the job in hand here. So time to rinse the foam off the vehicle. You've allowed it to dwell long enough. Let's see what difference it's actually made. My usual rinse method then, as always, going from the bottom to the top. There's no right or wrong here, this is just the way I prefer to do it. This way you can see what dirt you've removed. I mentioned this before, I'll probably mention it again. It's just how I prefer to do it. Everyone has their own way. Do what works for you. Hopefully here you can already see the differences is made between the front and rear doors. There are a couple of bits which are a bit heavier soiled. You'll see me concentrating on these here. This is absolutely nothing to worry about. If the pre-wash or the snow foam has done its job, it'll have softened this up. Just need an extra couple of seconds just to remove it from the bodywork. And as always with removing what are you removing? Pre-wash, snow foam. Just take your time. Make sure you get it all off, particularly when you're doing this method, because we're not going to be washing the car afterwards. This will be it. So just take your time, make sure you get it all off, get into all the nooks and crannies. Also, once you've completed rinsing the car, go back around it again. There's no rules to say you can only do this once. In fact, I'd highly recommend it, because once you've done the roof, chances are you'll have pushed some back over to the side you've already rinsed. So don't be afraid to go over the car 2 or 3 times. And always remember to give the wheel arches a good rinse out too. In around the arches, in around your rims, and And then of course when you go up to do your fuel flop, just be careful what angle you want, because sometimes it can squirt back at you. You're not chasing perfection here. Remember, this is a contactless wash. You're not going to get the car perfect. Manage your expectations and be realistic. However, there's no harm if there's any mixture left in the lance. Just go around the car once more and give it another 4 or 5 minutes dwell time. Now don't worry, we're not going to watch all that. There we go. We'll just skip right through to the rinse stage. So once again, just rinse it thoroughly, bottom to top. You'll not notice much of a difference this time because most of the dirt's already off the vehicle. This is just going to get those extra wee bits that you maybe missed the first time. Let's have a quick look at the results here. We're not drying the car off, as obviously we haven't got all the contamination off the vehicle, so the last thing I'm going to do is drag a towel over the surface. But it just shows it has made quite a difference. There's still bits of tar on there. There's not much I can do about that with the pre-wash, because if it's strong enough to take tar off, it's going to start taking the protection off, which you don't want to do. That's kind of half the point of this. One is to protect your hands from getting too cold washing in the winter. The other is to actually protect the protection, if that makes any sense. So what do we do about those bits of tar? Well, to be honest, best just leaving them until the winter's over. They're not going to do any long-term damage, and I certainly wouldn't advise doing this. As you can see, they're not permanently bonded to anything, so another couple of months won't do the clear coat any harm. So why would you choose a contactless wash over a full contact safe 2-bucket method, whatever you want to call it? Well, here's the reason. It doesn't matter how good you clean the car, this time of year, first time you drive it, it's going to get dirty again. As you can see here, an hour after this, I went to do a school run, came back, and here's the tail end of the car. Now this is a school 2.1 miles away from our house. As you can see, what would have been the point of me spending 2-3 hours outside giving this a good clean? I'm not saying not to clean it at all over the winter, I'm saying there's no point doing it on a weekly basis. And again, this is the car 3 days later, and it hasn't driven too far. So as you can see, if you want to get your buckets out and do this on a weekly basis, it's entirely up to you. Personally, I think I'll do this, maybe get the buckets out once a month. Anyway, in the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more of this, and I'll see you in the next one.